Assalamu alaikum class 5. How are you all? Hope you all are fine and doing great at home. Please don't waste your time in playing. Complete your missing work. Also do practice on a regular basis. This is your math lesson. Today we'll revise number 7. Geometry. Tell me class, what is geometry? Tell me Hania. Good. Geometry is a branch of mathematics in which this is the nth branch of mathematics in which we study about lines, points, line segments, angles. In angle we have seen about acute angle, obtuse angle, reflex angle. Also we have seen parallel lines, non-parallel lines, this is all about geometry. So this is all about geometry. Now the video is being shared with you that is related to angles and geometry. Watch the video and practice in your notebook.
In this video, we'll learn how angles are formed and also figure out what the different types of angles are. But firstly, you need to know why we actually need them. Angles are used in building structures that won't fall apart and even to pass the ball to the next player in soccer. Artists use angles to draw realistic pictures. Architects, designers, and engineers can't do without them while designing roads, bridges, and machines. This is just the tip of the iceberg. Angles are vital in many spheres of life, and that makes learning them vital too. To begin with, we'll try and understand how angles are formed. When two rays meet at a common point, an angle is formed. Angles can be classified into different types based on their measures. Now, let's try to classify the angles. Let's take these two rays. We'll keep the red ray fixed and turn the blue one. As we turn the blue ray about this common point, or vertex, you will notice an angle being formed here. We'll draw an arc to represent it like this. The angle is greater than 0 degrees and less than 90 degrees, and is known as the acute angle. As we keep rotating, the size of the angle increases. Take a look at this slice of pizza. It forms an acute angle. The angle formed by the two slanting lines of the letter V is acute too. Look at your hand and find an acute angle between two adjacent fingers. Just walk around and you are bound to make a rich list of examples of acute angles. Let's move on to the next type of angle. We'll rotate our blue ray until it points up straight and the angle measures 90 degrees. We have a name for an angle that measures 90 degrees. Do you know what it's called? A right angle. Unlike the other angles that are represented by an arc, a right angle is indicated with a little square like this. If you notice carefully, you will find the corners of a room that make a right angle. One good example of a right angle is the letter L. The crossroads, too, will sure remind you of right angles. You just need to look around, and you may find hundreds of examples to add on to your list of right angles. Moving on, let's rotate our blue ray past 90 degrees. Now this angle formed here, as you can see, is larger than 90 degrees, but less than 180 degrees. This is an obtuse angle. Look at the angles between the blades of a windmill. They lie somewhere between 90 degrees and 180 degrees. Therefore, they are obtuse. The letter K has one obtuse angle here. Find an obtuse angle in the rooftop of a house. These are just a drop in the ocean of obtuse angles that surrounds you. Look around for a good update of examples. Up next is another important angle. Let's rotate the ray further. Now, look at the two rays. They are pointing in the opposite directions, making a straight line. The angle formed here is a straight angle. It measures 180 degrees. It is pretty obvious where it gets its name from. A straight angle can be formed by adding two right angles. You'll find a straight angle when you open this fold-in-half table, or this compact hairbrush. This foldable cane has one too. Now that we are pretty sure of the four basic angles, the time is just right to get acquainted with two other angles. One is the reflex angle, and the other is the complete or full angle. When the blue ray moves past 180 degrees and lies between 180 and 360 degrees, the angle formed is called a reflex angle. And when the blue ray completes one full rotation, the angle formed measures 360 degrees and is called a full or complete angle. Before we wrap up, let's quickly whiz through the basic angles that we come across in our everyday life. Acute angles measure between 0 and 90 degrees. Right angles are exactly 90 degrees. Obtuse angles are more than 90 and less than 180 degrees. Straight angles measure 180 degrees. Reflex angles are between 180 and 360 degrees. The angle created by one full rotation measures 360 degrees and is called a complete angle. Transfer some of that knowledge onto a paper, then visit.
I hope you all have watched the video attentively. Now let's move to word exercise. First of all, we have concept what is the line. Line. In line we have two things. One is line segment. Other is straight line. What is the difference between these two lines? What is line segment or what is the straight line? In line segment, we have a shortest distance between 2 points. For example, this is the point, this is one point and this is the another point, and we'll give the name. This is point A and this is the point B. The shortest distance between these 2 points is called line segment. Shortest distance between these 2 points is called a line segment. And what is a line or straight line? In straight line we have an arrow on the end. हमारे पास, for example, we will give the name C and D. In line segment we have shortest distance between 2 points, but line ends with dot. But in straight line हमारे पास क्या होता है? हमारे पास जो line है वो arrows, this arrows mean the line moving on and on. कि line जो है बढ़ रही है. So this is the difference between line segment or straight line. After this we have parallel lines. Parallel lines and non-parallel lines. And non-parallel lines. What is parallel lines? Tell me, what is parallel lines? Good. Parallel lines are those lines which do not meet. For example, we will draw two lines A, B and C, D. ये दो लाइन हमारे पास दीज आर पैरेलल, ये आपस में मिल नहीं रही, ये हॉरिजॉन्टल भी हो सकती है, वर्टिकल भी हो सकती है. फॉर एग्जांपल अगर आप रोड्स को देखते हैं, दो रोड्स होती हैं हमारे पास, तो वो पैरेलल लाइंस हैं, एक आ रही है और एक जा रही है, तो वो मिल नहीं रही आपस में. मीट करती हैं जब हमारे पास राउंड अबाउट होता है या कुछ ऐसी चीज होती है तो मीट करती हैं. बट जो लाइंस इस तरह होती हैं, बिल्कुल इस तरह और इस तरह, वो हमारे पास कौन सी लाइंस होती हैं? वो हमारे पास पैरेलल लाइंस होती हैं. दे डू नॉट मीट ईच अदर. तो वी विल राइट ए बी पैरेलल सी डी. दिस इज द सिंबल. दिस इज द सिंबल ऑफ पैरेलल. ए बी पैरेलल है सी डी के. आफ्टर दैट वी हैव नॉन पैरेलल लाइंस. व्हाट इज नॉन पैरेलल लाइंस? टेल मी Haris. Good. Non-parallel lines are those lines which meet at a point. For example, this is line EF and this is line GH, but it meet at a point. ये इस point में meet कर रही हैं, तो ये हमारे पास है non-parallel lines. So we will write EF is not parallel to GH. This is the symbol of non-parallel lines. This is all about lines. After this, we will moving towards. We are moving towards angles. What is angles in geometry? This is all about your revision. Now angles. Now tell me class, what are angles? Good. We can consider different angles in our surrounding from ground to wall. For example, अगर आप अपने घर का रूम ही देख लें तो उसमें आप देखेंगे कि हमारे पास 90 का एंगल्स होगा चारों कॉर्नर्स में. तो इस तरह आप एंगल्स को देख सकते हैं अपने इर्द गिर्द भी. तो व्हाट इज द डेफिनेशन ऑफ एंगल? डेफिनेशन इज and this is your definition. We have already learned in class. An angle is a combination of two rays with common. An angle is a combination of two rays with common endpoint and the point is called vertex, and the point is called vertex, and rays are called the arms of angle, and rays are called the arm of angles. For example, we have an angle. This is the baseline. This is A, B and C. And you can see that an angle is a combination of two rays. This is the two rays. रेज क्या होती है हमारे पास? रेज हमारे पास क्या होती हैं? फॉर एग्जांपल हमारे पास एक तरफ डॉटेड पॉइंट हो और एक तरफ हमारा एरो हो. दिस इज द रे. इसे हम रे कहते हैं. So with this definition, from this definition, an angle is the combination of two rays. This is the two rays. This is the two rays. AB and BC are two rays. This is the ray, and this is also the ray. With common endpoint, what is the common means? Same. Common means same. This is the common endpoint, and this is called vertex. And the ray are called the arms of an angle. So we can say that AB and BC is the arm of an angle, and we will write it. This is the angle sign, angle A, B and C. So this is the definition of angle. An angle is the combination of two rays with common endpoint, and the point is called the vertex, and the ray are called the arms of an angle. This is the vertex, and these two are arms of an angle. After this, we have our types of angle. We have different types of angles. Now we'll discuss the different types of angle. So, types of an angle. First is right angle. Second is straight angle. And third is acute angle. Fourth is obtuse angle. And fifth is reflex angle. Tell me class, what is right angle? We have already discussed in our class. Good. A right angle is equal to 90 degree. And the straight angle is equal to 180 degree. Acute angle is less than 90 degree, and obtuse angle is greater than 90 degree but less than 180 degree, and the reflex angle is greater than 180 degree. So this is your today's lesson class. In this lesson we have learnt about geometry. What is geometry? Geometry is all about the angles, lines, parallel lines, non-parallel lines, or many different things. What is angle? Tell me class. Good. An angle is the combination of two rays with common endpoint. An angle is a combination of two rays with common endpoint. These are two rays with common endpoints, and the endpoint is called vertex, and the sides are called the arms of an angle. Arms of an angle. After this, we have seen that types of angle, but we have 5 types of angle which we have discussed in this class. The right angle is equal to the 90 degree, straight angle is equal to the 180 degree, and acute angle is less than 90 degree, and obtuse angle is greater than 90 but less than 180, and reflex angle is greater than 180. हम इसको नेक्स्ट क्लास में इसकी डेफिनेशन करेंगे. मैं आपको दिखाऊंगी कि राइट एंगल, स्ट्रेट एंगल, एक्यूट एंगल हम किस तरह बना सकते हैं. सो दिस इज योर टुडेज लेसन क्लास. दिस इज योर रिवीजन लेसन. आपने इसको देख इस तरह एक्सरसाइज करनी है. एक्सरसाइज 7A. In next class we will revise exercise 7a. Okay, Allah Hafiz.